beautiful gamers and gamerettes, LT here, and before we get into the video, I've got something special for you. The developer of Pixel Wizard hooked me up with 3 Steam keys to give away to the amazing gaming community, so
it's a freaking giveaway time!
And don't worry, the same rules apply as the last, 4 or 5 giveaways. My goodness gracious, I did not realize we made this many giveaways already. Oh, I love the freaking gaming community, we're generous. Anyways, as always, no subscription is required.
If you do though, thank you very much.
Just drop a comment, tell me your favorite moment in the video, tell me your thoughts about the game or the story I'm about to tell you, or how much you weigh. You're a gamer or gamerette. Anything you tell me is freaking important. The lucky winners are gonna be picked in 3 days. So good luck and back to the freaking video. Today, I have an update for you guys of a previous video I made about a certain indie game. I know. I really wanted to make fun of Ubisoft today or laugh at Nintendo's 25 new patents or watch Microsoft fire another 2,000 employees because they feel freaking like it. But today, oh no. Today we're talking about something much smaller yet a lot more wholesome. Because the developer behind Pixel Wizard, the man known as Grumpy Wizard, reached out to me after my previous video. Broski wants me to cover an update he's releasing on his game, and this motherfreaker, he caught me off guard. I mean, guys, I make sarcastic gaming news videos. Sure, sometimes I try my best to help indie developers with their new games, but I wasn't expecting developers to start sliding into my inbox like that. So, thank you so much, Grumpy, and I am freaking honored to cover your beautiful game. But gamers and gamerettes, this isn't just about a game. You see, the more I talked with Grumpy, the more I realized this guy has a story that a lot of gamers and gamerettes and developers and developerettes will probably relate to. You see guys, last time I showcased the gameplay a little bit and talked about how I accidentally found Pixel Wizard while scraping the internet for news. This time, Grumpy was kind enough to share a bit of his personal background and the journey that led him to developing the freaking game.
Let's start.
Grumpy Wizard is a 37-year-old happily married fellow gamer broski, and he lives in Australia, so arachnophobics beware. And like a lot of us, his love for gaming started way early, back when the Super Nintendo and N64 were kings of the gaming world. His childhood was filled with games like Lufia, SimCity, Ocarina of Time and Perfect Dark, which, if you know those games, already tells you the kind of gamer he grew up to be. Fantasy adventures, strategy, exploration, that retro and old time where you didn't need an online account, a mic, a subscription, or a change of underwear. I sure hope he wasn't wearing white ones. Unlike many gamers and gamerettes, he always had the dream of making his own game someday. But life doesn't always follow the dream job path you imagine when you're a kid getting your ass kicked by freaking Bowser. He left school when he was 15 years old and spent most of his life working labor jobs. These days, he works full-time as a forklift driver. And this is his schedule. He wakes up early, he goes to work, he drives the forklift all day, he comes home tired. But unlike a lot of us, he doesn't fall on the couch and fire up a game. No. He opens a game engine and starts building a game from freaking scratch. That's how Pixel Wizard was born. During the COVID period, he had a bit more free time than usual. So after 20 years or so, he looked back at the idea he had when he was younger. Make a game. And while he was researching where to start, he discovered the Game Maker engine. What attracted him was it was designed to be beginner friendly, which was perfect because, believe it or not, Grumpy had no real programming experience. He had no background in pixel art, and he honestly had no idea what the freak he was doing, but he decided to try anyway. Originally, the project was called Battlemade, which is still the name hidden inside the project files. But in the beginning, he wasn't just making a game, guys. He was learning everything at the same time. Programming, how the engine worked, how the game logic functions, the mechanics, etc, the whole freaking package. He described the early days as hellish and freaking hard as heck. He was following tutorials again and again, and his mind was starting to hump his body until things finally started to make sense for him. I mean, after a few years of grinding away, constantly experimenting and learning, he reached a point where he didn't need tutorials anymore. Now, the only thing he really checks is the Game Maker manual when he needs a reminder on something very specific. And of course, the engine's forums they help too, thanks to a community that's known for being surprisingly supportive towards beginners. And through all of this, he kept building Pixel Wizard. Every night, on weekends, for 5 straight freaking years. half a decade of coming home from a physically demanding job and choosing to sit down at a computer and continue building a game bit by bit. My goodness, that must have been freaking exhausting. But, he finished it, he released it, and now he's releasing an update 1 month after launch as a solo developer. A 37-year-old forklift driver who left school at 15 with no experience in programming or pixel art spent 5 years learning everything from scratch and successfully released a full game on Steam. Good the freaking job, Grumpy. Good the freaking job. You are truly a beacon of inspiration to aspiring developers, and I would kiss you right now if you were in front of me.
No homo.
Now guys, I promised Grumpy I would dedicate this part for a few special people in his life that supported the freak out of him. He might have made the game by himself, but he didn't go through those 5 years completely alone. Enter his better half, his #1 fan, his partner of 20 years, his pillar of freaking support, Mrs. Grumpy. She was with this bearded gremlin for 5 freaking years through every step of the way. He'd constantly ask her, is this working? Does this make sense? Why is this stupid thing not freaking working?
How the heck is she supposed to know? You're the nerd, not her.
But like a real till death do us apart, she didn't just listen and give feedback. She became one of his main playtesters. Our gaming sister got Broski's back and made co-op a real life freaking feature. Massive respect to you, Mrs. Grumpy. And Gremlin freaking Wizard, you'd better take extra care of this woman. But wait guys, it gets much better, because now we have the big boss, the reason Grumpy exists in this freaking world, his redemption, Queen Mama Grumpy. This amazing woman's been asking him for years, when is your game coming out? And every time he would just give her the good old developer response, soon mama, very very soon, which we all know what it really means when it comes to developer terms. It could mean tomorrow and it could mean in the next 50 freaking years. And believe it or not, at some point, and this is what he told me exactly, she genuinely started worrying she might never see it release. And honestly guys, I mean, it's kind of fair of her to think that way. 5 years is a long time to keep hearing, soon mama, soon. But then the release day finally came. Now, a normal mother would tell her boy, good job son, I am freaking proud of you. No, not Mama Grumpy, no. She went full hardcore gamerette mode. As of this video, she dropped 21.7 hours in Pixel Wizard. She totally forgot about supporting her son and got hooked into the game because she liked it a lot. Super Mama's been slaughtering goblins, bandits, slimes, kings, queens, even the freaking trees weren't safe. And I think she was slaughtering all of these things because Mama Grumpy was mad at Grumpy Jr. Would you like to know why? Because this bearded mother freaker forgot to put her in the credits as a play tester. How the freak do you forget your mama, boy? You built a whole game from scratch but forgot to add Mama Grumpy? Shame on you, shame on you. I retract that kiss and I will slap the living hell out of you if I ever see you. But guys, all jokes aside, his new update fixes that. Mama is getting her well-deserved credit, as she absolutely should, because if you put in 21.7 hours into your son's game, she's not just family anymore, she is the freaking game. And honestly guys, I mean, this whole story that Grumpy told me, it's a freaking wholesome. Because behind every solo developer, there is usually someone in the back, keeping them sane, listening to them ranting and complaining and listening to them, oh my god, this build is broken the game, and them pretending to understand what collision isn't registering properly means. And in Grumpy's case, he had 2 people. A partner who supported him every step of the way, and a mama who dissected the meaning of I carried you 9 months, boy. And honestly, you cannot tell me that kind of support and love can be coded anywhere, and the game would have definitely not existed without them. Mama Grumpy and Mrs. Grumpy, please know that we, the Gamers and Gamerettes, love you both so much for standing behind this bearded troll, and I am sure Grumpy Wizard will never forget you and what you've done for him all those freaking years.
Freaking respect.
Alrighty, now that you guys have a bit of idea who Grumpy Wizard is, his journey and his amazing supporters, let's dive into his freaking updates. And oh boy, this man wasn't kidding when he said, I hear you Gamers and Gamerettes and your wishes are my freaking commands. The first thing he did was make the game less painful for, us normal humans. Because by the looks of it, Pixel Wizard was built for people who devour Dark Souls as their main source of freaking protein. The game was really hard according to some players. So he added an easy mode, and I love this change a lot. You see, not everyone is trying to become the next Mario speedrunner. Some people just, they wanna swing a sword, they wanna cast a spell, they wanna explore the game, maybe reproduce in it.
Please, Grumpy, add that in the next update. I promise I will buy 5 more freaking copies.
Anyways, next up, we have the merchant. Now, before this update, if you had items you didn't want, deal with it, bro. You're officially a walking storage unit. You either use that item or look like a freaking museum. But now, there is a merchant in town who will buy your stuff. No questions asked whatsoever.
Which concerns me a little bit.
Because this guy is out here buying random weapons, loot, probably inconspicuous items, and he's like, yeah, I don't care where you got it, here's your freaking gold. The only thing he won't buy? Old food. That's where he draws the freaking line. Weapons of mass murder? No problem. Give me. Spells capable of topping towers and cities? No problem. Another condiment for my milkshake. But expired bread?
Get that garbage out of my shop.
Hahaha, you heard that, Grumpy. My man isn't a freaking goat. Good job, thieving merchant. But seriously, guys, this is a huge freaking addition to the game, and it will help you progress faster without worrying whether you have to chug that unneeded potion like a drunk bear or sell it and gain more gold like Scrooge freaking McDuck. But, hold your horses. Grumpy isn't done here. Oh no, guys, we're just getting started. He saw the need to add a freaking cartographer, which is clearly the result of people wandering around like freaking pigeons not knowing where to head off to next. So now there's an NPC who sells you a world map for 20 gold, and not only does it help you navigate the game's semi-open world, but also shows boss locations once you discover them. And this is a really freaking good addition. I mean, this addition alone, it makes the game feel more approachable, especially for new players. So now guys, we've talked about the difficulties, we've talked about the thieving shady merchant and the cartographer. FYI, it took me at least 7 recordings for the first time to say cartographer correctly, and now I'm saying it better than my own freaking name. Thanks, Grumpy, you mother freaker. Now for our final addition. Betty, the town pig. Why did I leave this pig for last? Well, it's simple, guys. There is no downside to her. I mean, with difficulties, you're sacrificing intense gameplay for more freedom. With the bastard merchant, you can't get free gold. You have to sell items, and the world map isn't unlocked unless you pay some moolah. But Betty, if you pet her, she gives you a random item. Why? Because she's a good, delicious piggy. That's it. No background or trade-off. This pig is good because it's a good piggy. And to some people, she's delicious. Oh, no, don't worry, sweetie, don't worry. You won't be eaten. Yet. Okay, I kind of lied there, guys. Now, I won't say she has a downside. I'm gonna say she has a limitation because you can only pet her once a day. Which, listen, it's kind of fair, guys, because if Betty had unlimited pets, she'd break the entire game. But I don't care. This piggy is a very good piggy. Give her Pig of the Year. Good job, Betty. Good freaking job.
Okay. Moving on before I lose my freaking focus.
We've got some good quality of life improvements. Now, interactable objects have outlines, so you're no longer playing guess what I can click on. And NPCs have arrows above them because apparently some players mistake a mage wearing a black robe for grass. Now, these might be small changes, but they somewhat improve how the game feels moment to moment. And finally, the part that most players won't notice, but is probably the most important: bug fixes and back-end improvements. Aside from the polishing and the tinkering here and there, the save system has been completely rewritten, which means future updates won't wipe your freaking progress. And if you've ever lost a save file in any game ever, you know that Grumpy just prevented a gamer from jumping into the deep depths of the Mariana Trench after 70 hours of being stuck on the same freaking boss. Stupid bastard boss. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the update, guys. Oh, there is one last thing I want to talk about that isn't in the update, but the update itself. Grumpy showed me, showed you, and all the gamers and gamerettes who watched this video and played this game that he freaking listens. Players said the game was too hard, multiple difficulties added, players got lost, cartographer dropped in, players needed better inventory management, bastard shady merchant graced us with his presence, players wanted clarity, UI improvements adjusted, players needed stability, save system rebuilt. The real reason this update is important is because developers like Grumpy Wizard listen to players. So I honestly couldn't care less if this game is a top seller on Steam or the crappiest crap show in all of existence. I'm still buying it. Let me tell you why. Moving away from Pixel Wizard and Grumpy, let me talk about the reason I support these small indie developers. I feel them, and I feel a certain connection to them. I feel their efforts and their struggles. I feel that, that person sitting on that same chair for years building something out of nothing. That alone earns my freaking respect and instant support. I will buy their game immediately. If I like it, I will spam the freak out of it. If I don't, it's just another addition in my graveyard. But I will never refund it. I'm not paying for the game, I'm paying for the effort behind it. I can somewhat spot when a game, it's made purely to scam the heck out of people, and when a game is made with pure heart. I made a few videos covering some of those indie games with real effort behind them, and believe it or not, Pixel Wizard was actually my first video ever. And from it, I had the pleasure of gaining some of the developers as friends. They're nice people, they have nice personalities, and they're totally deserving of our support. And look guys, I get it. Not every indie game is gonna blow your freaking mind. Some are rough, some are janky, some will have you better off throwing your money at blackjack. But at least they're real. At least they're not built with a supervisor standing on top of their heads with 10 different monetization ways and a battle pass already planned before the gameplay even exists.
I'm referring to you, Ubiflop and Everfarts, bastards.
But these small devs, guys, they take a lot of risk. They do the hard part. So yes, I will throw my money at them almost every single freaking time because at least they're not giving us recycled freaking slop. And guys, thank you once again for watching the freaking video. And don't forget to drop a comment for a chance to win Pixel Wizard and experience these new updates. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.